Three rules to keep in mind to make hypermobile sitting a little bit less painful. First is to increase the angles of your joints. The second is to decrease pressure on your joints. And the third is to, as much as possible, laterally level your hips, meaning side to side. I'll give you an example of what this means sitting on the couch, sitting in a chair, and sitting on the floor. First is for those of you who love to sit crisscross applesauce or extreme pretzel. The pillow between my legs helps to increase the angle, and it also provides cushion my ankles and my knees, decreasing pressure, and then providing support to my shoulders by putting the pillow across my lap and resting my arms on it. You could definitely add a travel pillow, and that would help with the neck as well. Any pillows between your legs, any pillow across your lap, doesn't have to be this one. When it comes to sitting on the floor, one of the easiest ways that you can help to increase the angles is to sit on something, so propping your pelvis up. This is how I sit most of the day for work. I sit on top of both of the teal pillows, and then I use that lumbar support pillow in between my legs if I am sitting cross-legged, or I leave it where it is and I put it under my knees if I sit with my legs out straight so that my knees don't hyperextend. Same thing as on the couch. Interweave pillows in between your legs. Create that additional space for your hips and your knees so they're not so compressed and twisted. This one is specifically for that lateral leveling. Most of us, when we sit in a chair, we're either going to pull our legs up, one or both of our legs. We're going to sit cross-legged. Whatever we do, we're going to throw our hips into not a level angle. One of the sides of our hips are probably going to be raised. That's just creating so many low back issues. You can get a fancy footrest, like an ergonomic one. I happen to use a foam roller. I keep this under my feet. It allows my legs to be at about a 90-degree angle, bend at the knees. And because if you're watching this and you're hypermobile, you probably are also autistic or have ADHD, which means you want to stim. And so it's great because I can just kind of move my feet along, helps get that energy out, and it feels good on the fascia of my feet. If you're sitting, on the couch and you want to get an ottoman, something to prop your feet on, the coffee table. I'm all for buying things to accommodate your body if you have the disposable income, but also there are plenty of things that we have lying around that we can use in all sorts of creative ways. Now, that being said, specifically when it comes to a desk chair, I would like to eventually get one that reclines and has the built-in footrest. I'm not going to spend money on it right now. It's just not a priority for me, but if it were something I needed, I would absolutely do it. And that's what I would be getting, not one of those crisscross chairs that just encourage us to make our issues. I know the things that are comfortable for us sometimes are just not good for us. And I know I'm not telling you never sit cross-legged. I'm just saying, in moderation. It's not about never sitting cross-legged. It's not about always sitting with your feet flat on the floor. It's just both. The reality is that at the end of the day, there are certain things we can't out exercise. Like if you're sitting in positions all day long that are just creating tension and issues, it doesn't matter what you're doing outside of that. It's going to be really hard to feel better. So again, I'm not telling you never do it, just that body awareness and trying to not do it all the time. It doesn't have to be one or the other.